Hey there, Goblin Horde. I am the Goblin King and I apologize for yesterday. I wasn't feeling well and wasn't really up to the task of actually researching and making a video yesterday. I'm still not 100% right now, but I'm feeling a bit better. Also, looking at kind of the dearth of pop culture news today, and have been having some issues coming up with a video. Everything's all about SCOTUS and the Roe v. Wade thing going on, and I'm not about to touch that with a 50 bajillion foot pole. I issued one statement on Twitter earlier voicing my more moderate, libertarian position on the thing, and that's all I'll say. I take the same stance on this I took on certain other mandates. So today I went and found some more Rocket Man news, and that's what I'm going with. I'll say it again, Elon Musk buying Twitter is fucking awesome. I also saw a bunch of this shit floating around on Twitter yesterday, and shamelessly stole the Quartering's video on the subject. For real, all I saw today was some Disney shit and the SCOTUS shit. I'm so over Disney being a piece of shit company that all I want to do is applaud them falling off the fucking cliff and don't even really want to comment on it. So last night, Elon Musk took his mom to the MET Gala, which, as anyone watching my vids probably already knows, is a trash function for mainly trash people to flaunt their ultra wealth and severe lack of taste, while virtue signaling and making the help wear masks. Boy, last year's MET Gala was fun though, wasn't it? I always enjoy watching that dumb bitch AOC make an absolute fool of a hypocrite of herself. This year we got whatever the fuck this is. We have another fairly short article for tonight's video though, this time coming from the Daily Wire. So I think I'll just do what I've done the past couple of times and we'll go through this article together, and I'll comment where I think is necessary. I'm on the warpath. Elon Musk reveals big plans for Twitter. Billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk spoke about his plans for Twitter, making his first public statement, aside from tweets, since reaching a deal to purchase the popular social media platform. Musk, who was joined by his mother on the red carpet at Monday night's Met Gala, promised a more inclusive experience for everyone and vowed, as he has in the past, to rid the platform of bots. At the Met Gala, Elon Musk says he wants Twitter to be broadly inclusive after he completes his purchase of the platform. Ideally, most of America is on it and talking. I guess that comes from a tweet from the Associated Press, though it didn't show up in the article for me. Now, I think there are a lot of us out there at this point that have this sort of knee-jerk disdain for the word inclusive these days, with good reason. I mean, we all know that when elites usually use the term inclusive, it actually means that they want to push some sort of agenda into whatever the hell they might be talking about. Now, I'm not sure about Elon here, but given his statements just yesterday about NBC and some of the things he said to the New York Times about the Hunter Biden laptop story, I think it's safe to say that he means this in the actual way. You know, inclusive of a diverse range of ideas and viewpoints. A viewpoint which seems to be stated outright here. Quote, well, I mean the goal that I have, should everything come to fruition with Twitter, is to have a service that is as broadly inclusive as possible where ideally most of America is on it and talking, Musk told the Associated Press. I think just generally I'm looking for something that's, like I said, as broadly inclusive as possible. That's as trusted as possible as a system, and I hope we are successful in that regard, he continued. I've also vowed this publicly that we have to get rid of the bots, trolls, scams, and everything. That's obviously diminishing the user experience, and we don't want people to get tricked out of their money and that kind of thing, Musk added, concluding, I'm on the warpath. If somebody is operating a bot and troll army, then I'm definitely their enemy. If I actually had an army, I might be worried. I do like, though, that he's talking about wanting to get rid of all the bots and scammer accounts and all of that, though. His quote at the end there was pretty great. Just makes me wonder if that means he'd be going after Amber Turd and her bot army on this one. I mean, come on. I think we all know that she's the one with the bot army in that fight between her and Depp. When Entertainment Tonight correspondent asked about critics who were concerned that Musk could have done something better with his money than ink a deal to buy Twitter, he responded by explaining that his companies were always looking for ways to better humanity and prepare for the future. Quote, really, my companies are intended to do good for the future of humanity. With Tesla trying to accelerate the advent of sustainable transport and energy, and SpaceX is providing internet to the least served people around the world, he said. The best space company in the world, May interrupted. In the world. That would be his mom, by the way. The correspondent then asked where he had gotten that mentality, opening the question up to May as well. I think this might be the first time he's actually come out and had a response to the morons that were on Twitter screaming and crying about how he should be spending his money, as opposed to buying Twitter. It's also a pretty good response. I mean, this is the dude who's sitting there and trying to actually come up with solutions to a lot of the environmental issues that all these midwits screech about, right? Also, I heard somewhere that, in response to that whole, Elon could have cured world hunger, people were stating that Elon asked the UN to come up with a comprehensive, sustainable plan to combat that particular issue, and that he'd back it if they could. I heard that they couldn't actually come up with a good plan, and so he didn't give them the money. Now, I do not know the particulars of this. I just saw a few things about it on the Bird app, so I can't state whether or not it's a fact. Though that does seem feasible. The UN is utterly fucking useless after all. Also, just as an aside, it seems there were a few questions that Elon's mom actually popped in to answer as well. Quote, I told him not to take on the world and the universe, and he didn't listen, May replied. Doesn't listen to his mom. The host turned to ask Musk one final question. Why, with everything else he had going on, he felt that it was important to take time to attend an event like the MET Gala. May interrupted again, answering for him. Quote, I wanted him to come. Quote, yeah, Musk laughed. My mom wanted to come, so I brought my mom. That's the reason. Damn, she sounds like my mom. My mom's always saying things like that too. The old, I told you so, is one of my mom's favorite phrases, I think. I also think it's funny that the whole reason he supposedly attended the Met is that his mom wanted to go. I suppose if my mom really wanted to go to something like that, I wouldn't be able to tell her no either. Anyway, that was just a small little story that seemed like it would be rather lighthearted in light of what's currently going on in the realm of politics. I will say this, and this is something else I've seen floating out on Twitter, is that the whole Supreme Court leak kind of does feel like a broader move from the far-left cult to galvanize their followings for the primaries. It's a pretty big coincidence that this shit happens to come out now otherwise. Not saying that's a for sure, but it feels really fishy. So, that's all I got for you tonight, my friends. As always, these are my opinions and nothing more. You can let me know your own thoughts in that handy section down below. While you're down there, just be safe. Things seem to be getting even crazier, and I didn't think that was possible. If you like what I'm doing and you want to join my big green horde, you can do so by crushing those like and subscribe buttons. Like a goblin. I'll see you all tomorrow for some more pop culture stuff. See you then. Lates.